What's going on, everybody? Here today reviewing some low-calorie ice creams. We have Halo Top, Enlightened, and Yasso. Halo Top was the first one in this little market, and then Enlightened and Yasso kind of came into it. What flavors are we reviewing today, Maria?
We got mint, peanut butter, and cookies and cream, the signature.
Yeah, pretty good classic flavors there. I think those are why we chose those ones. Eris, do you want to explain kind of our score system here?
So we're going to be looking at three different aspects of ice cream. We're going to look at texture, we're going to look at taste, and we're going to look at chunkiness, how much of the actual pieces of chunk are in each brand of ice cream.
Because that's a crucial part.
Yeah.
You know, nobody wants to eat, cookie dough ice cream when it has literally no cookie dough.
Like one half of a quarter
Might
of
as
a
well
cookie.
give vanilla ice cream at that point.
Exactly. And who wants vanilla ice cream? But yeah, so we're going to get into it. The first flavor we are doing is mint, and Maria's going to tell you a little bit about the nutrition facts.
Alrighty, so each one has 4 servings per pint. For the first mint, Enlightened, we're looking at 320 calories overall, 2.5 grams of fat, 15 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of protein. With the Yasso, we're looking at 520 calories, so a bit more.
Yeah.
You're looking at 3.5 grams of fat, 19 grams of carbs, and then 6 grams of protein. And then for the Halo Top, it's 320 calories, looking at 3 grams of fat, 14 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein.
So Yasso a little bit on the high side there.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely.
But I have a feeling it's just going to come with more flavor.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
let's jump straight into the flavor test. Alright, so we all have a flavor, a brand of the mint in front of us. First look, I'm just looking at this Yasso, and it does look creamy already. What about you?
Yeah, the Enlightened looks kind of, I see a lot of chunks of chocolate in it.
And darker too, like mine's light compared to yours.
Yeah, definitely.
What about yours, Eris?
Me, we're kind of missing a little bit off that layer.
Yeah, for sure.
Not so good, but it actually looks appetizing. So
Alright, let's get into it. Here's
Let's
the
dig
spoon,
into
guys.
it.
thanks, man.
So everybody gets at least 1 to 2 bites of each brand, and then we're going to do our scores.
Who are the lucky ones here, huh?
I'm doing 3.
Very interesting.
Wow.
Everybody ready to switch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she's got the same one. What's up with that, dude? So I got Yasso.
I'm a big mint guy. You guys like mint?
I can take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it? Okay.
Yeah.
Switch.
I just don't like the taste of artificial mint. Like, I like mint tea.
No, I never had that.
You already had that?
Interesting.
You guys think you have a good deflection of scores?
Yep.
Alright.
I am set.
Let's make sure we got our...
Alright, everybody's had an opportunity to try each brand. Obviously, this is the Halo, then we have the Yasso and the Enlightened. Eris, what would you say is your scores for the Enlightened? Texture first.
Texture, I think Enlightened beat everybody. I give it a 10.
Okay. And what about texture for the Yasso?
Yasso and Halo Top were both a 7 for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Added a little bit of grittiness in there, it feels like.
Okay.
The other one was nice and smooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now taste for each one.
Taste, Enlightened again, very surprising here. I'm a huge Halo Top fan. 10 for Enlightened.
Oh, wow.
8 for Halo Top and 7 for Yasso.
Okay. And chunkiness, big factor here.
Yasso was a 10.
Okay.
I got Halo Top at an 8 and Enlightened at a 7.
So Enlightened is a 7,
Enlightened is a 7, yeah.
and Halo Top is an 8.
Yep.
So Yasso was perfect in 2 categories in your mind.
Yeah, really
Nice.
tastes nice,
Texture.
smooth. The other ones were a little, like I said, a little gritty, kind of weird.
Okay. All right, Maria, you want to go over your scores?
All right.
Texture for Enlightened.
I'm going to try not to be too rough. Okay, so texture, Enlightened, just like you, I'm going to give it a 10. It was creamy, tasted just like normal ice cream to me.
Okay.
Texture-wise, for sure. For the Yasso, It's kind of disappointing. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Wow.
I know that's a low blow, but like imagine like a vegan protein, kind of like that sandy taste. I did get that kind of texture over in the Yasso, so that's kind of disappointing.
And these two are the exact same in calorie content.
Yeah.
As far as total pints, nobody eats a serving.
Yeah.
This one is 520, so almost 200 more. Like, pretty
like-
decent amount.
Yeah, I was expecting that one to be creamier, honestly.
And what about the Halo texture?
Halo, I'm gonna have to give it an 8. It wasn't as creamy as the Enlightened, but it definitely was smooth.
Alright.
So,
Taste for all three?
okay, taste, Enlightened has to have a 10. Like I said, tasted just like ice cream. Taste for the Yasso, it didn't taste like it had as much mint in it, which like we said earlier, this one had a darker color.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna still give it a 8.
Okay.
Once again, the texture kind of played in with the taste for me.
Yeah.
And then the Halo Top, I literally tasted like 1 hint of mint. So I'm gonna have to give it a 5.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
You're a tough one here.
I really am.
Alright, and chunkiness.
Chunkiness.
Which one fills you up the most?
Enlightened definitely had the most for me.
Yep.
But I'm gonna give it a 9.
9? Okay.
Yeah. And then the Yasso had not as much, but still a good amount. So I'm gonna give it an 8. And then I think the Halo Top had the least, but it still wasn't horrible. I still got a chunk in every bite, so I'm gonna give it a 7.
7.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, as for me, texture-wise, I enjoyed the Yasso the most. I would have to give that one an 8, as far as texture goes there. The Enlightened is a little tough for me. They say the package says to, like, let it sit on the counter and thaw a little bit. We did do that, but I would have to give that one a lower one. I think about a 6.
What?
Yeah, I just don't think the texture in it's good. It's hard. It's like frozen custard. And the Halo was creamy, but like Maria said, the flavor wasn't there. But that's a separate category. So for the texture for them, I would actually have to give them a higher score, like a 9.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Taste-wise, I'm gonna go, and Yasso wins that one again for me. That had the most minty flavor. I gave that one an 8. Enlightened, I'd give a 7, and Halo, I'd give a 5 as well. There was not much mint in there. It really tastes milky, not really minty. And then chunkiness, Enlightened blows all of them out of the water. I mean, every bite has 4 or 5 little pieces of chocolate
Yeah.
chips.
You know what? I think I got my Yasso and Enlightened scores mixed on that.
It's too late for you, Eris. Chunkiness, yeah, 10 on Enlightened. We would give
I mean,
8 on Yasso
Come on.
and 6 on Halo.
Absolutely
So,
right. So
yeah, 10 on Enlightened. Well, then that makes your score a perfect round for
Enlightened I think was
10 all the way around.
I kind of very surprising. Again, huge Halo Top fan for you people out there, but hey,
Enlightened really.
this is how people take over industries. All right, guys. So we're gonna do our next flavor, which is Enlightened, Halo Top, and Yasso. So
And I know from personal experience that this is Maria's favorite flavors.
I love peanut butter.
So she can definitely give the best judge on the scores. So we're gonna go in, eat 2 bites, 3 bites of each, and then kind of get our score.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so for the nutrition on these, for the Enlightened, we're looking at 400 calories overall. You're looking at 4.5 grams of fat, 16 grams of carbs, 8 grams of protein. So the protein's definitely up there. I mean, hence the nuts, it makes sense.
Yeah.
With the Yasso, we're looking at 600 calories. I know 5 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of protein. And then with the Halo Top, you're looking at 320 calories. And then it's 3.5 grams of fat, 14 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of protein.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with the peanut butter flavored ice creams. Obviously, because of the fat density in peanut butter. So, I mean, Yasso for a full pint is going to give you 20 grams of fat, which is a pretty decent amount of fat for ice cream. But yeah, so let's get into the taste testing portion and get scores on it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh. That was good.
All right, so we've all come to our conclusions and made our decisions on score. I'm gonna go first this time, go the opposite direction. Off the bat, my personal favorite for the peanut butter chocolate vibe that we're kind of going for here is gonna have to be the Yasso. I think it has to do something with obviously the increased calories, more peanut butter in it, more dense chocolate. Overall scores though, texture I gave the Enlightened a 7. I gave the Halo Top an 8. I thought it was creamier. We should have left it lined out for a little bit longer. That seems to be a trend, so keep your lined out on the counter a little bit longer. And then Yasso I gave a 9. I thought the texture was amazing. Taste I gave Enlightened a 7. I gave Halo Top a 7, and then Yasso a 9. And chunkiness I gave Enlightened a 9. Honestly, it should be a 10. There's a bunch of like little chocolate and peanut butters in there. Halo Top I gave a 7, and then Yasso I gave an 8. After having it in my last bite though, Maria made a good point. It seems like all the chunks were like concentrated in one part, so really it should be like a 7 on chunkiness for Yasso. But what were your guys' score, Eris? You want to go first?
I'll go first. So for texture, I like the Halo Top better, but I think, to Jonathan's point before, if we would have left that out, now that I've been, doing our takes, I take a little bit more out. As it gets to be a little bit more softer, it actually is a lot better. And then Enlightened, the Yasso was about a 7. So I kind of like Halo Top more, just from a texture perspective. Taste, I gave also that goes to Halo Top. I think the overall kind of taste flavor category was much better on that one.
What score was that?
That was a 9 on the taste. Enlightened had a 7, and Yasso was a 6. I just think that from a taste perspective, it was a little bit strong on the chocolate part of it.
Okay.
So, but not too far off from the others that are a little bit different. And on chunkiness, Enlightened definitely a 9. A lot more of the chocolate chunks in there. Halo Top was a 6, and Yasso was a 5. So.
Oh, wow, Yasso.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. I just think that the peanut butter was, like you said, was blended in there in too many thick spots and wasn't distributed too much throughout the ice cream.
Right.
So.
All right, Maria. What's the queen's score here?
Well,
you're the judge on peanut butter the best.
That's for sure. Well, my overall best was definitely the Enlightened.
Okay.
You were saying that one was probably the best, but we were judging on peanut butter, not so much the chocolate.
Yeah.
I do like that. I mean, who doesn't like chocolate? Only weird people. But still, I'm gonna have to go. Let's see. With the texture for the Enlightened, definitely it was kind of rough digging in. But while you let it sit out, I mean, I'd give it like an 8 because it still is really creamy. I've noticed that with the Enlightened. The texture for the Halo Top, 7. It kind of was milky. I experienced the same thing with the mint. And then the Yasso though, the texture was definitely amazing. It's 9. It was very creamy indeed. With the taste, Enlightened, I'll have to give it a 10. I tasted peanut butter all over. No, it was a really good peanut butter taste. Like definitely what I look for when I'm craving it. Halo Top, wow. Like I said, it's milky. It has to get a 4.
Whoa.
I'm not even exaggerating. If you're looking for...
So we have a 9 and a 4 on taste on Halo.
It was not only milky, but it tasted almost like a chocolate milk with like a hint of nut. It was very disappointing.
And remember the disclosure, as I'm a big Halo Top fan, so.
All right, what was the
and
taste on
then
it?
the taste for the Yasso, I would have to give maybe like a 6. I mean, where there were like swirls of peanut butter, I did get a good hint of it because it's actual peanut butter swirled into it rather than the ice cream tasting like it.
Yeah. But
But there's too much chocolate. Like it felt like it was more concentrated on the chocolate than the peanut butter.
Yeah.
And then chunkiness, definitely once again a 10. With the Enlightened over here, I got good piece of chunks in every bite. So it's a good like small hint of chocolate with the peanut butter. I give the Halo Top a 1. I had not one piece in my bite, 2 bites.
Oh wow.
Look at that. I mean,
yeah, it's
the
probably
difference-
it's more blended in flavor, right?
Yeah, but my standard is a bite, like 1 piece in every bite at least. So that disappointed me. And then the Yasso, I'm gonna have to give a 5. Because like he was saying, like you have to kind of dig in there to actually get like some pieces in there.
So perception is key, people. What you see is what you get.
Alright, so the last round is going to be cookies and cream. So we have the Enlightened cookies and cream, the Halo Top, and then Yasso doesn't make a cookies and cream, but this is a chocolate vanilla mix, which is basically cookies and cream.
Yeah.
So we're using that in
How does
replace.
somebody not make cookies and cream?
That is the
Hello?
real
I
question.
don't get it.
Right?
So honestly, dock 1 point in every category for the lack of cookies and cream.
I was thinking that exact
There you go.
same thing.
All right, Maria, give us, how bad are these for you?
Okay, so for the Enlightened, we're looking at 320 calories overall, 2.5 grams of fat, 17 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of protein. For the Halo Top over here, you're looking at 320 calories. You're looking at 2.5 grams of fat, 16 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein. The Yasso over here, we're looking at 1 gram of fat, 18 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of protein, and 400 calories overall.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's dig in.
Let's do it. Third time's the charm.
Mom, shut that dog up!
This one tastes like my mom lactated in a pint and then
That
let
was
it out
very-
overnight. And she put Oreos in it and let them sog up. And decided it was a good
The
idea to put it in the
lactating of your
freezer.
mom's breasts in there kind of took away from the experience, but that's okay. I just want you to know. But maybe the milk
I
is
bet you're
really
not gonna
good.
get a second
Yeah,
scoop
exactly. All right, so the results are in, and we've got our taste test for the cookies and cream. Jonathan, you want to go first, or?
I'll go first.
All right.
This was probably the easiest round that we've had, and I've never even had two of these flavors. Enlightened won for me. Got a 10 and everything. Let's just say it off the bat. I gave it a 10 in texture, taste, and the chunkiness. Like with the Enlightened, I feel like when you were biting into it, you actually felt like the little cookie pieces. With the Halo Top, I gave the chunkiness a 7, taste a 7, and texture, it was creamy, so I gave it an 8. But I didn't really taste the little cookie pieces. It felt like it just like melted away. It's almost like if they weren't real, if that made any sense. The chocolate vanilla didn't taste as much as cookies and cream as we thought it would. But I gave it a 9 for texture. I thought it was very nice texture, scoopable. Taste, I gave it a 9, and chunkiness, I gave it a 7. There really isn't much chunkiness for vanilla and chocolate mixed, so it's kind of a biased like score rating, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Enlightened, easy winner for me here.
Gotcha.
Want to go?
Oh yeah, let's do it. Once again, no surprise, Enlightened one for me. I gave it a 10 also in all the categories. The texture, once again, it was creamy and you did feel all the Oreos in it as well. Taste was fantastic. Once again, tasted just like ice cream. And then chunkiness, I mean, you can see it's all Oreos everywhere. For the Halo Top, once again, disappointing my poor soul. I think for the texture, I mean, I'll give it that. It's still like milky. I'll give it an 8 for taste. It's gonna be like a 4 or even 3. I don't know. It tasted weird to me, like not even milky, kind of like a sour. Like it was a weird taste for me. I just didn't like it, and I didn't taste much Oreo in it at all.
Ooh.
And then for the chunkiness, for the Halo Top, once again, like you were saying, it was like it wasn't even there. Like it melted away, so it's definitely gonna be like a 2. I'm really hungry.
No. It's
Yeah,
good. This
and
is
then-
what taste testing's all about.
Exactly. And then the Yasso, once again, like he said, it really didn't work as a substitute for cookies and cream, but,
But
hey.
the flavor by itself.
No, but yeah, if you're looking into it as a flavor from Yasso, for texture, it was definitely up there. I'd give it like a 9. It was pretty creamy as well. For the taste, I'd give it an 8. It was really good chocolate, and the vanilla itself too is good. And then chunkiness, can't really put it a number on it, so I'm gonna give it a 6. Yeah,
All right, Eris.
let's go.
So, by far, I think I start out with the Halo Top, or I start out with the Enlightened, went to Halo Top, and by far a absolute huge difference. So for texture, definitely a 10, really across the board. Texture, taste, and chunkiness. I mean, again, if you look at that, there's a lot of chunks in there.
Yeah.
Got to the Halo Top, again, huge Halo Top fan right here, but I think from a taste perspective, I gave him an 8, not bad, but from a texture perspective, 8. From a taste perspective, 3.
Ooh.
I mean, lots of taste here, lacking here. Again, with the Yasso, I mean, you know, I'm gonna give them full credit for a chocolate vanilla swirl, pretty good.
Yeah.
And from a chunkiness perspective, 10. Looking back, again, when you look at this and you got it, I'm going to give them probably a 7 or 8. But all the chunkiness right here and that, I mean, like with you, I gave it a 6.
Yeah.
But I mean, really a good quality chocolate swirl right there, not too bad. But for sure, right there, man. I mean, I'm a huge big fan of cookies and cream now.
Blew it out the ball court.
So we're gonna add the score together, and I don't even think we need to waste time doing it because Enlightened
we already know who the winner is.
It was literally a full score. So Enlightened was an easy winner in this round. They won round 2, and Yasso won round 1. So Halo Top just wasn't the one today.
No.
You know, and like I said, they were the industry's first.
Yeah.
You know, you loved Halo Top at one point.
Yeah, I mean, it was the healthiest ice cream I could find out there, definitely. But
from a health perspective, you know, and that, I mean, great. I mean, if you want something that, you know, wants to tide you over after a workout or something like that.
I mean, if you look at the nutrition, there's still, these come, you know, neck to neck, but the Yasso for all of them were kind of higher up there, and you got that with all that creamy texture and the flavor.
Yeah.
So
definitely, I hope this video helps you pick which light ice cream you want.
You don't have to go through the same thing as us.
It was kind of fun to do, though. I mean, hey, we got to eat the ice cream.
Yeah. I mean, each one of these are gonna run you on the cheap end at Walmart like $3.90 to $5.50 each.
Yeah.
And that's how much a gallon of your store brand ice cream is. So obviously you're paying for the the less calories. So it's easy if you can kind of pinpoint which one you want. But winner today was obviously Enlightened, and
I think the winner today really is us because we get to eat the rest of the ice cream.
it is us.
I like it.
I call the Enlightened.
Hey!
Whoa, give me the peanut butter. Where'd the peanut butter?
All right, look out for our next video when we're going to probably try to taste something else.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm thankful. Thankfully it's done. Where's the peanut butter? Dude, that one, wow.
Yeah, that was really good, dude.
None of us have ever had this one.
Yeah.
Isn't